Thomas the Tank Engine and friends take him to adventures in associations with
Chaos Kids
are both proud to present Day of the Steam. One day, Thomas the Tank Engine was puffing down his branch line. It was getting colder and colder as the fall weather turned into frosty, frigid frost. A few days later, on a cold December day, Thomas was met with a horrible fright at Knapford Station next to the signalman. Suddenly, he heard a loud rumble and saw a streak of yellow in a terrible hurt. As the dust cleared, Thomas shouted,
"Oh no! Diesel 10 is back! Diesel 10 is back!"
and he raced off. That night, the engines at Tidmouth Sheds were on the edge of their wheels, worrying, shaking, shivering about what Diesel 10 might do to them, and when he would.
"What do you think he'll do to us?" said
"I don't know, but it cannot possibly be good for anyone,"
said Jane. "Come on, everyone, we need to go to sleep and stop worrying," said Edward.
"He's right. We've stopped Diesel 10 before and we can do it again,"
said Thomas, and with that, all the engines fell asleep. They didn't know where Diesel 10 was or what he wanted. Thomas puffed into Knapford Yards, where he saw Duck.
"Duck, what do you think we should do about those pesky diesels?" said
"I don't know, Thomas. This sort of thing never happened to me before on Sodor or on the Great Western Railway. I never liked those dirty diesels from dirty sidings, always messing everything up," said Duck crossly.
"I agree, they are, and I wish they didn't have to be so rude."
And Thomas puffed away. A few days later, Thomas was all alone, puffing down the cool rails of Sodor, when he heard a loud rumble from behind. Suddenly, boom! Diesel 10 came up from behind and knocked Thomas off, and he hurried away into the distance.
"Stupid scrap iron!"
shouted Thomas after him, but he was stuck and couldn't chase after him. A few hours later, James brought Rocky to help Thomas back onto the...
"Hello, Thomas. Another accident I see,"
said James sarcastically.
"Shut up, James. Diesel 10 is the one who knocked me off the track. It wasn't my fault,"
said Thomas, angered.
"Ha ha!"
laughed James as he lifted Thomas back onto the track. Soon Thomas was taken to the steamworks to be repaired so he could get back to work and back on his branch line. Soon he was back to work and became really useful. Soon he got to work pulling heavy cargo. He struggled and struggled, but soon he pulled out of the station. Soon he began to puff past Tidmouth Shed. Soon Henry's tunnel was in view. He was buried in mist. His whistle echoed around the valley. His light showed in the moonlight as he finished his delivery slowly. Soon he arrived at Brindham Docks, and that's when he saw little Percy. "Hello, Percy. How are you doing?" "It's been horrible. The diesels have been teasing me. The only nice ones are Salty, Mavis, and Daisy. I feel the exact same way. The diesels are so bossy and rude. The tensions are way too high. I feel like we're about to go to war over this." Suddenly, the signal dropped. "That's my cue," said Percy. "I'll see you later, Thomas." And Percy puffed away. "Bye, Percy." And Percy left as the clock struck. Soon Thomas went to work at Merritt Station. He was filling empty trucks with coal. He was going to get more trucks. But just as he got more, there was trouble. He heard the purring of an engine. "Hey, that sounds like Diesel. I wonder what he's doing here." Suddenly, Diesel gave Thomas a bump, and he went under the coal hopper. The truck went rolling away. Soon coal began to pour down all over poor Thomas. cackled Diesel as he oiled evilly. Cinders and ashes! Someone help! Cried Thomas under the pile of coal. Luckily, Douglas was nearby and came to help Thomas.
Do it fast yourself.
I'll get you free, said a determined Douglas, and he pulled Thomas out of the coal. Thomas was very cross with the beetles. Now he had to get a wash down, and that was going to take forever. He wanted to be at home with his friends and tend the sheds, but he had a train in the morning and needed to get cleaned up. Meanwhile, on the other side of the island, Gordon was leaving with the midnight. He was at the crossrail just outside of Knapford Station. As he was getting suddenly, boom! Gordon went flying off the track. It was Arion Burt. Oh, the indignity, cried Gordon. Arion Burt oiled away evilly, laughing at them with a big blue wreck. Percy was also in pain. Diesel D199 came up and bumped Percy off the track and into the sea. Help me! Help me! Cried Percy, dangling off the edge of the D199 laughed at Percy's misfortune and oiled towards the diesel works. While Percy and his train were stuck in the ocean. Soon James came to fish him. Oh, I see what happened here. Little old Percy fell into the quay again. James pulled him out of the water and took him towards the sheds. A few days later, the engines decided to get them. Thomas and Percy ran Diesel off the track. Grease and oil! He cried as he fell off the edge. Thomas Percy hurried and ran off laughing, and James and Gordon gave them a bump and a biff, and they both derailed. You'll never get away with this, they cried in unison. Strange, because I think we just said James. Ha ha, show them James, laughed Gordon, and they puffed away. The agents plotted on what to do. We will win, right? Asked Percy nervously. Yes, we will, reassured Thomas. The Diesels were also planning how to get back to the other side. I think I understand the plan. We're trying to save the steam engines from those dirty, nasty Diesels. Sydney! Right, we're gonna get them out. What he means is, you get out of here. Oh, bye everyone. What an idiot. Okay, here's how the plan will go. We'll trap Percy in the Diesel works, and poor Thomas, wanting to be a little hero, will try and come save him, and then we'll get him too and send them all the way to Misty Island and block the tunnel, said Diesel Ted, explaining his plan. A few minutes later, Paxton rolled in. Hello, everyone. Percy was telling about his trip to the mainland, and what are you all doing here? Shouldn't you have jobs to do? We all took the day off, said Diesel Ted quickly. Diesel quickly thought to go after Percy. How about I help him with his trip? I don't know. I think he can. I'll help him. Don't worry. Well, if you say so. And Diesel hurried on. Get Percy's process, he muttered to himself. Soon Diesel came up and gave Percy's train a bump, a bash, and a biff. Ow! Stop that, said Percy crossly. Diesel chuckled. Get moving up, you. Let's get to But then he saw Gordon and quickly ran back off to the Diesel works. He had to go without Percy so he wouldn't get in trouble with that big Why didn't you get Percy? Asked Diesel Ted crossly. As Diesel rolled in, the door slammed shut behind him. Because Gordon was right next to me, and I couldn't get away without him capturing me. But I guess that means we could go for Thomas, said Diesel. Laughed Diesel 10. Well, Let's get him as soon as possible, he whispered to the other Diesels, and they all began to laugh. For a few days after, everything was... Nothing severely bad happened between the Steamies and the Diesels, and it almost seemed like the war was over, but it was far from. But a few days later, Thomas was shunting trucks in Marin Yard. "Keep up the good work," cried Wilbur to Thomas as he was passing. "Thank you, Wilbur," Thomas shouted. Suddenly, "Oh no! Thomas, watch out!" "Cinders and ashes!" screamed poor Thomas. "I'll get you, you little blue papa!" Diesel Ted's car reached out for Thomas, but the point ahead switched him off the tracks and he fell off the tracks. It was a horrible mess. Wilbur came around the corner and saw a Diesel 10 wreck, and he laughed along with Thomas. Thomas wanted to tell the Fat Controller about the Diesels, so he worked up the courage to puff away. "I am so sorry, Thomas. I haven't seen them doing anything yet, but don't worry. I'll keep an eye on them." "Thank you, sir." Thomas, keeping his hopes up, puffed. He went to Wellsworth Station to shunt the milk train for Daisy, the Diesel rail car. Soon everything was ready, and Daisy backed down. "Daisy, why are you a nice Diesel and all the other ones are?" Daisy quickly replied, "Sir Topham Hatt has no time for delay, Thomas." Goodbye, Thomas," and Daisy hurried away. Goodbye, Daisy," and Thomas left Wellsworth Station. But Sir Topham Hatt couldn't be everywhere, and everywhere he wasn't, havoc. Diesel 10 used his claw to remove an important piece of rail from the bridge. "That'll show those outdated steam kettles," and Diesel 10 oiled. A few hours later, James came hurrying down the track. He didn't see it until it was too late, and he began to dangle off the edge. "Ah! Help! Help!" The truck's bumpers bumped together and only made the situation worse. "Help! Help!" It was a horrible mess. James's trucks were taken away by persons. James was very sad. He didn't like getting pushed around by those dirty Diesels. He always had a disliking towards them, which is a whole different story. Before he really gets to know them, he can barely tolerate them. He thinks they're all rude and arrogant, and sometimes they are, but then again, sometimes they aren't. Anyway, James was miserable, and he hated to crash or get embarrassed in general. And this really set him off now. James does get cross easily, but this time it was very understandable. Any engine would have been very cross. Even the best of them, like Edward or Henry, who don't get mad so easily. "I'm sorry about what happened to you, James. I'll put those dirty Diesels back for this," said Thomas. "Good. Then Grumpy Diesel 10 will know how it feels to be bullied around," said James. James was sent back onto the tracks, and Thomas pulled him into the steamworks and puffed away. Soon James was back onto the track. Thomas coupled up and took him to the steam. It only took about an hour for him to get repaired, and the two engines headed off to go work again. Thomas was soon headed to pick up Annie and Clarabelle. Stafford was just shunting them for him when he arrived. "Oh, hello, Thomas. Here's your trucks." "Thank you, Stafford." And Stafford hurried off. "Great. Now I have to get turned around and go." Thomas backed down onto his train. Jake pulled in with his. "Hello, Jake." "Hello, Thomas." "I hear you helped with James's accident," said Jake to Thomas. "How'd that?" "Well, he was badly damaged, but Victor fixed him up. His wheels were all mangled into the bridge, and it took a while to get him out. But he's fine. I didn't know James had an accident. What happened? Asked. Well, what they think is the rail fell out on its own. But what I think it's Diesel. Diesel, it has to be Diesel 10. He's always been causing mischief, and now he's striking. That's exactly what I was going to say. Hey, speaking of, I'm planning on getting back on him. What do you guys think we should...
Push him off a cliff.
Make him fall into the key, cried Clarabelle. I'll do anything to get rid of Diesel 10 and his devious deeds. I hate it when they cause accidents. Thomas, thinking very hard on what he should do, left Knapford Station and puffed onto his branch line. One day, Thomas was coming home when he realized Diesel was right behind him. He began to run. When I catch you, you'll be steaming scrubbing. They raced right into Knapford, and that's when Thomas thought, if he couldn't get back at Diesel 10, he saw his chance as the signal went to red. He came to a grinding halt, and Diesel smashed into the back of him and fell over on his side. Ah! Thomas had jumped back. Phew! The signal turned green. Thomas puffed forward, blew steam in Diesel's face, and hurried away. Dreadful. A few hours later, Diesel 10 had heard about Diesel's accident and was heading towards Knapford to put him back on. I hope he doesn't fall over off the track again, or he'll ruin my plans. Oh, Diesel 10, you're here. Oh, I've been waiting for you. I'll get you back up. Come on. Got you. Ow, you didn't have to throw. Ouch. Careful. You almost had him, Diesel. Come on, let's go. All right, let's go already. And they hurried into the diesel works. The Diesels decided to lay low for a while. It would be the calm before the storm. But the Diesels anticipated a hurricane. Their plans would definitely cause. A few days later, Gordon was sitting in a siding when Diesel 10 came up closely. He hit his tender and the coupling snapped. He slowly moved away when suddenly, hey, get back here with that. Hey, my tender, get over here, Diesel. Don't worry, Gordon, I'll get it back for you. Hurry up, Thomas. Whoa! Hey, Diesel 10, get back here. James, help me. How am I supposed to... That doesn't really help, James. Watch. Oh. Why have you stopped, Diesel? He's just red puffballs block my way. Let me take back what's not rightfully yours. Fool! Oh no! Help! Don't worry, Thomas. Oh, thank goodness! Go get him, Henry! James, block him now! What? No, I'm going to be trapped. No! Whoa, we have to go after him. James, no! There's probably more Diesels in there. You'll be trapped. Thomas puffed forward, relieved. He turned around and gave Gordon his tender back. Good. And Diesel was now back into the diesel works. and went back into
Stealing Gordon's tender wasn't the plan.
Their plan was to cause another accident at Tidbeth. Oh, good morning, Diesel. Oh no! Diesel shoved Gordon Duck into the back of the shed and the door shut behind him. Ah! Hey! Oh, I'm derailed back here! Help! Help me! And stay in, laughed Diesel. Oh no! It's going to take forever to repair me. And the sheds. Diesel, what have you done? Ha! There he is! Look! Open the door, Diesel 10. On it! Get him! No, not again! No! Ow! Oh! Oh no! Duck! Help me! Oh no! He's ruined the sheds and Duck's boiler! Cried James. Luckily, Duck wasn't that damaged, but the sheds were destroyed. James helped him back onto the rails, but Duck needed to get out of the sheds as soon as possible, or they would collapse on top of him. Oh dear, what's happened? That was my berth. Oh, now they're really going. The middle shed was completely destroyed, so Thomas couldn't sleep in it, but the other three were still operational. You know what? I don't care if we get captured. Let's go take back our lives. Let's go to the Diesel Works and then... I'm in if you're in. Let's take back our lives so we can be safe on Sodor once more, cried Percy and Gordon. And the engines hurried off. They were headed for the Diesel Works, and they were going to save everyone on Sodor. The Diesels were laughing and cackling at their plans. Great work, everyone. P.T. Boomer, you're back. I'm glad you decided to help us with our plan by being my driver and getting Diesel D199 out of that cramped siding. You know, if this plan doesn't work, D199 here is getting sent back to the mainland, and you guys will all be punished. Yet I will slip away. Do you understand? Howdy, player. Yeah, I do. If this plan doesn't work, I'm getting sent away forever. But I will be back for the next plan if it doesn't. You understand me? I will be back. That's what I like to... Oh! Ah! Your plans have been foiled, Diesel. I'm blocking your only way out. Oh, and it's just you? Not just him. 2 still not. Oh, I'm sorry. Come on in, Percy. 3 is still obsolete. We don't have enough room for James. Come on, let's stop filling up these sardines. What? No, there can't be more. 4. You fools! There's still another way out. Fools! There's still another way out. 5. Yeah? Boss, we're trapped. Wait, where's Lady and Henry? There's still more. 6. Okay, that's Henry. And 7.
7.
There we go. Okay, we surrender. We surrender. We won't cause any more problems. Do you promise? We promise. We promise. I still don't believe. What more do we want? You're trapping us. We can't leave to cause more problems. How are we supposed to? Oh, fine. Thomas, they seem pretty... Okay, we'll let you go now. But if you ever, and I mean ever, cause any problems for us steam engines ever again, we will hunt you down and get you.
We understand. Now
And
go.
the engines began to leave, and they lived in harmony. For now.